Life is a journey, and those who have traveled the road the longest often have the most valuable wisdom to share. Yet, in our busy modern lives, we tend to overlook the voices of the elderly, dismissing their words as outdated or irrelevant. But what if those very words held the keys to a happier, more fulfilling life? What if ignoring their advice led to regrets we could have easily avoided? Today, we delve into the wisdom of the elderly, lessons learned through hardship, experience, and time itself. One of the most common regrets people have as they grow older is not cherishing their relationships more. The elderly often express how much they wished they had spent more time with loved ones instead of chasing material success. Careers, promotions, and financial achievements may seem important, but in the end, it is the moments spent with family and friends that truly matter. Imagine reaching old age and realizing that you missed birthdays, anniversaries, or even just simple dinners with those who cared for you the most. Prioritizing relationships over material gain is a lesson many only learn too late. Another crucial piece of wisdom from the elderly is to take care of your health while you still can. Many older individuals regret not eating better, exercising more, and taking care of their bodies when they were younger. Youth often comes with a sense of invincibility, but time has a way of humbling us all. The aches, pains, and illnesses that come with age are often the result of years of neglecting one's health. Simple habits like regular exercise, eating nutritious foods, and getting enough rest can make a significant difference in the quality of life as one ages. Beyond health and relationships, the elderly also emphasize the importance of taking risks and pursuing dreams. Fear often holds people back from following their passions, whether it be changing careers, traveling the world, or starting a business. Yet, when looking back, many older individuals regret the chances they did not take more than the ones they did. Comfort zones may feel safe, but they also keep us from growing. The message is clear. Do not let fear dictate your life. Embrace uncertainty, take chances, and chase your dreams while you still have time. Another powerful lesson passed down by the elderly is the value of kindness. Many older individuals express regret over moments of harshness or resentment they held onto for too long. Holding grudges, seeking revenge, or treating others poorly only leads to bitterness in the long run. Kindness, on the other hand, creates lasting connections and a sense of fulfillment. Small acts of generosity, a kind word, or simply being there for someone in need can make all the difference. As time passes, it is not the victories over others that we remember most, but the love and compassion we shared. One of the most overlooked yet essential pieces of advice from the elderly is to appreciate the small moments in life. In our pursuit of success, we often forget to stop and enjoy the present. A walk in the park, the laughter of a child, the warmth of the sun on your skin. These simple moments are what make life truly beautiful. Many older individuals express deep regret over not appreciating the present more when they were younger. The past cannot be changed and the future is uncertain, but the present is a gift that should never be taken for granted. Financial wisdom is another area where the elderly offer invaluable advice. Many people regret not saving more, investing wisely, or managing their money better in their younger years. The illusion of endless time makes financial responsibility seem less urgent, but the reality is that good financial habits formed early can lead to a more secure and stress-free future. Avoiding unnecessary debt, living within one's means, and making smart investments are crucial lessons that can prevent financial regrets later in life. The elderly also stress the importance of living authentically. Many people spend their lives trying to please others, conforming to societal expectations or suppressing their true selves. Yet as people grow older, they often wish they had been more true to themselves. Life is too short to live according to someone else's standards. Being honest about one's desires, values, and beliefs is key to a fulfilling life. Do not waste time trying to be someone you are not. Embrace who you are and live without regret. Finally, one of the most profound pieces of wisdom from the elderly is that time is the most valuable asset we have. It cannot be bought, earned back, or extended. Every moment wasted on trivial concerns, unnecessary worries, or things that do not bring joy is a moment that can never be regained. Making the most of the time we have, spending it on what truly matters, and living with purpose is the ultimate lesson life teaches us through the wisdom of those who have lived it the longest. The advice of the elderly is not just a collection of words. It is a treasure trove of guidance shaped by experience. If we take the time to listen, to truly absorb what they have learned, we can avoid many of the regrets that plague those who did not. So before it is too late, heed their wisdom, cherish your loved ones, take care of your health, pursue your dreams, and live fully. Because in the end, the greatest regret is not the mistakes we make, but the lessons we refuse to learn. Life moves fast, and often we get caught up in the hustle, ignoring the wisdom of those who have walked the path before us. The elderly, with their years of experience, hold invaluable lessons that can shape our lives in ways we never expect. Too often we dismiss their advice, thinking times have changed, but the truth is human nature remains the same. The regrets of the elderly are warnings for the young, if only we listen. One of the most repeated pieces of wisdom from the elderly is about time. They often say, "You think you have time, but you don't." Youth makes us feel invincible, as if we have forever to chase dreams, mend relationships, and build a meaningful life. But before we realize it, years slip by. One elderly woman once said, "I spent too much time waiting for the right moment. I thought there was always tomorrow, but suddenly there wasn't." Those who are near the end of their journey often look back and wish they had seized more opportunities, traveled more, or told people they loved them when they had the chance. Another crucial lesson is about relationships. Elderly people frequently express regret over lost connections, friendships that faded, family members they didn't appreciate enough, or love they let slip away. One elderly man said, "When you're young, you think work and success matter the most, but at my age, all I care about is who will be there holding my hand at the end." No one lies on their deathbed wishing they had worked more hours. They wish they had spent more time with loved ones. They wish they had been kinder, forgiven faster, and cherished the moments that truly mattered. Regret also comes from ignoring passions and dreams. Many elderly people confess that they played life too safely, avoiding risks because of fear. Fear of failure, judgment, or stepping outside their comfort zone. A woman in her 80s once said, "I wanted to be a writer, but I kept thinking I wasn't good enough. Now I realize the only thing stopping me was myself." The biggest regrets are often not about the mistakes we made, but the chances we didn't take. One of the most powerful lessons from the elderly is about health. They warn the younger generation not to take their bodies for granted. "I wish I had walked more, eaten better, and taken care of myself," one elderly man admitted. When we are young, we push our limits, thinking we can recover easily. But poor choices accumulate, and one day we wake up realizing our body no longer serves us the way it once did. They advise prioritizing health, not for the sake of looking good, but for the ability to enjoy life without pain and limitations. Then there's a lesson about material wealth. Many elderly people say that in the end, money means little if you don't have peace and purpose. "I spent decades chasing money, thinking it would make me happy," one retired businessman confessed, "but I neglected my children, my wife, my passions. Now I'd give away every dollar just to go back and live differently." While financial stability is important, it should never come at the cost of living a fulfilling life. True wealth is in meaningful experiences, strong relationships, and inner peace. Perhaps the most haunting regret is not being true to oneself. The elderly often talk about how much they lived to please others, to fit into expectations, and to avoid judgment. One woman in her late 90s said, "I wish I had lived more for myself, not for what others thought of me. I wish I had spoken my mind, pursued what I loved, and not wasted so much energy worrying about opinions that in the end didn't matter." This lesson is clear. Be bold enough to live authentically, because the opinions of others fade, but the regret of not being yourself lingers. There is also the wisdom about kindness. The elderly understand something that many young people overlook. Kindness is never wasted. A retired nurse once said, "I've seen people die with peace, and I've seen people die with regret. The ones who were kind, who gave love freely, always left this world lighter. The ones who were bitter, who held grudges, carried their burdens to the end." Small acts of kindness, even a smile or a kind word, can change someone's life and in turn our own. So, what can we take from this wisdom? The message is clear. Don't wait. Say, I love you while you still can. Take that trip. Chase that dream. Prioritize your health. Spend time with those who matter. Live for yourself, not for the approval of others. Be kind, not because you have to, but because life is too short not to be. At the end of the day, the elderly are not just telling stories, they're giving us a roadmap to a life with fewer regrets. The question is, will we listen? The lessons of the elderly go far beyond merely avoiding regrets. They guide us to live with a clarity and purpose that transforms everyday decisions into acts of profound significance. Reflecting on these insights, we come to see that every moment is an opportunity for growth, every setback a chance to learn, and every relationship a gift to be cherished. Many seniors have navigated storms that seemed insurmountable at the time, only to emerge with a deep understanding of resilience. They remind us that hardships, whether financial, emotional, or physical, are not meant to break us, but to refine us, molding our character in ways that only adversity can achieve. In recalling their own experiences, the elderly often speak of the importance of embracing change. They tell stories of times when the world was vastly different, when traditional roles and expectations were the norm, and the future seemed predetermined. Yet even in those eras, the courageous few who dared to step outside the bounds of convention discovered that progress was not a given, but a result of bold, often uncertain choices. Their journeys encourage us to challenge our own comfort zones and to recognize that change, though sometimes frightening, is a vital part of living a full and authentic life. By accepting the inevitability of change and learning to adapt with grace, we open ourselves to unexpected opportunities and personal transformations that enrich our lives in ways we could never have imagined. Another significant thread woven through the tapestry of their advice is the power of forgiveness. Many elderly individuals have carried heavy burdens of past grievances, only to later find that forgiveness, both of oneself and of others, is key to inner peace. They often share heartfelt confessions about the pain of holding on to anger and regret, urging the younger generation to release those negative emotions before they become unmanageable. Forgiveness, they say, is not a sign of weakness or capitulation, but an act of strength and liberation. It frees the soul from the corrosive effects of resentment and paves the way for healing and renewed relationships. By choosing forgiveness over bitterness, we can mend old wounds and build bridges that lead to a more compassionate and understanding society. The elderly also stress the importance of self-awareness and reflection. In the rush of modern life, it is all too easy to lose sight of who we are beneath the layers of roles, responsibilities, and expectations. The wisdom passed down through generations teaches us to pause and reflect, to listen to our inner voice and understand our true desires and needs. This self-knowledge is not only essential for making informed decisions, but also for cultivating a sense of authenticity that resonates with others. When we live in harmony with our true selves, we create a life that feels genuine and satisfying. The act of self-reflection, whether through journaling, meditation, or quiet contemplation, serves as a compass, guiding us through the maze of life's challenges and helping us stay true to our values. Moreover, the elderly often highlight the intrinsic value of continuous learning. They remind us that knowledge does not come solely from formal education, but from the myriad experiences life has to offer. Every conversation, every journey, and every mistake holds a lesson waiting to be discovered. This lifelong pursuit of learning fosters a sense of curiosity and wonder that keeps our minds agile and open. In their later years, many seniors continue to seek out new experiences and challenges, proving that the desire to learn is not bound by age. Their enthusiasm for discovery serves as an inspiration, encouraging us to never stop asking questions and to remain open to the endless possibilities that each day brings. The wisdom of the elderly also encompasses the art of gratitude. They often recount moments when simple acts, a kind word from a stranger, the warmth of the sun on a cold day, or a shared smile, had profound impacts on their well-being. In their narratives, gratitude is not a passive acknowledgement of fortune, but an active practice that enriches every aspect of life. By focusing on what we have, rather than what we lack, we cultivate a mindset that is resilient in the face of adversity and appreciative of even the smallest blessings. This habit of gratitude transforms ordinary days into extraordinary ones, filling our hearts with contentment and a deeper connection to the world around us. Intertwined with these lessons is the idea that our legacy is not measured by material wealth or professional accolades, but by the positive impact we have on others. The elderly often speak of the fleeting nature of time and the lasting impressions that acts of kindness leave behind. They remind us that while accomplishments and possessions may fade, the memories of compassionate deeds and heartfelt connections endure long after we are gone. This perspective shifts our focus from short-term gains to long-term fulfillment, prompting us to invest in relationships, community, and causes that uplift others. In doing so, we create ripples of positivity that extend far beyond our immediate surroundings, contributing to a legacy that lives on in the hearts of those we touch. Another important dimension of their wisdom is the necessity of balancing ambition with contentment. The drive to succeed and achieve can be a powerful motivator, yet without balance, it can lead to burnout and a persistent sense of dissatisfaction. The elderly, having witnessed the highs and lows of a lifetime of striving, advise us to find joy in the journey rather than fixating solely on the destination. They suggest that true success lies in the ability to appreciate the present moment and to find fulfillment in everyday experiences, whether it's the quiet pleasure of a morning coffee or the simple joy of a conversation with a friend. This balance between ambition and contentment is crucial for sustaining long-term happiness and avoiding the trap of perpetual dissatisfaction. Ultimately, the wisdom of the elderly serves as a gentle but persistent reminder that life is a mosaic of moments, each one an opportunity to learn, love, and grow. Their experiences, marked by both triumphs and failures, are not merely stories of the past, but blueprints for a richer, more intentional life. They urge us to seize each day with a sense of urgency and purpose, to embrace change with open arms, and to build relationships that are rooted in empathy and mutual respect. As we navigate our own paths, let us carry these lessons close to our hearts. Let the voices of those who came before us serve as beacons, illuminating the way forward when the road seems dark. In the wisdom of the elderly, we find not only a guide to avoiding regret, but also a celebration of life in all its complexity. Their advice is a call to live boldly, to cherish every fleeting moment, and to build a life that is as rich in experiences as it is in love. By listening to these voices from the past, we honor their journeys and enrich our own, ensuring that when our own stories are told, they too will be filled with the kind of wisdom that can only be earned through a life well lived.